Hey everyone, it's Kathy, your host in this group. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, so this is today's Level Up Live, and I'm super excited because actually this is the first time I've spoken out loud today because I'm on a writing retreat all by myself. So I thought I would make this Level Up Live about writing systems and specifically with a focus on how writing retreats are actually part of the writing system that I teach inside all of our programs. Okay, so if you are joining me live, go ahead and say hi so that I know you can hear me. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and drop me a hashtag team replay in the comments. Also, like I've got my phone on the side, so I hope I'm not weird in your news feed today. So, okay. So first I want to talk about, hi Angel, so good to see you. I'm subscribed to your podcast. I can't wait. I haven't listened yet, but I have it subscribed. Okay, so writing retreats. Now, I am I'm actually reworking Navigate, which is our core course program. And inside of there, I am teaching like a layered method or a layered approach to writing systems. And so there's like if you just picture a triangle with like 3 parts to it. Hi, everybody. The base part is writing with energy, drive, and having a positive relationship with your writing so that when you sit down, it feels good. Oh, so the other word I was looking for was consistency. So bottom layer is writing with energy, drive, and consistency. And there's 2 ways to do this that I teach, 2 main ways. I'm sure that there are other ways. The 2 main ways that I teach to do this are Tiger Time, which, by the way, I am imminently renaming, but I'll be revealing that later. Not today. That'll be a whole other Level Up Live. So Tiger Time, right, which I've talked about before, episode 2 of the podcast if you want more information. And then the other part of it is another way to get that drive, that energy, that kind of like stick your butt in the chair and head in the game feeling is through community. And specifically co-writing, okay? So writing together with somebody else. So they're the 2 main ways that we focus on, that I focus on in teaching people like how to have writing sessions that feel really good and how to like have more writing sessions that feel good than those that feel bad. And that bottom layer needs to happen. That type of writing session needs to happen consistently. Consistently does not mean every day. But it does mean like 2 times a week, once a week, whatever your pattern is, consistency, okay? That's what we're going for. Not every day necessarily, but some kind of rhythm, some kind of pattern. So all of this is much more in-depth and complicated, but I'm giving you the short version. So that's the bottom layer. The second layer that I teach about is writing sprints. Now, right now inside of all of our programs, we are doing a giant community writing sprint. So whether you're in Momentum or Navigate or Amplify or Elevate, everybody is sprinting. And basically, we teach a 2-week sprint method. Hi, Trisha. Everybody is doing it together. So writing sprints, learning how to plan out and execute a writing sprint is a second layer. And I think of these layers as like tools. It's like building a toolkit of building a toolkit that the result is a writing practice, right? It's not just like one method. It's like several different tools that we can employ at different times for different purposes to meet our ends, okay? To meet the things that we want our writing to do for us. Okay, bottom layer is the writing with energy and consistency and drive, which we get from Tiger Time and or co-writing, and there's probably other ways, but those are the 2 main ones. And then there's sprints, and at the tippy top, if you picture a pyramid, and this is because it's the least frequent of the things that we do, is our writing retreats. Okay, so many of you have been to, not many of you, but some of you have been to my live in-person writing retreats, which sadly, we are not doing right now, right? But I want to talk more about like the concept behind writing retreats and how, excuse me, even if you can't get like most people in the world right now, right? Like you can't get to an actual physical writing retreat. There are ways to do it that will give you the same benefit. Okay, so there is a body of work. Yes, Angel, me too. There's a body of work by some amazing researchers. I'm going to name one, Rowena Murray. Okay, Rowena Murray, she's in Scotland. And she has written several books. You can find them. I believe that she has more than one book published with Routledge. And quite a few articles specifically about faculty, academic faculty writing retreats. How to create them, the structure to use, and then also she cites in her books, and you can find research about the lasting benefits of writing retreats. Now, the lasting benefits of writing retreats include that, I think the biggest one, is that the importance of your writing, right, gets lifted up in your priority list. And there's a lasting, like during the writing retreat, right? Because that's what you're doing during the retreat. And then there's a lasting effect afterwards that keeps that writing priority there. So you can be more productive, even like there's lingering effects to the writing retreat. Now, what does a writing retreat mean then, right? If we can't go anywhere, right? It's not a vacation. If we can't go anywhere, then what is really a writing retreat? So I'll tell you what I'm doing right now. It is what I consider to be the best thing I can do right now to get a writing retreat. We have literally, I live in Puerto Rico. We've literally been 6 months at home in our house with only me going out to get groceries and go to the post office. And my husband occasionally going to the farm where he's conducting an experiment. But our university is 100% online. The kids are 100% online school. And so we have been together in the same house for 6 months. And any of you who are doing the kids are at home thing know that there's a big problem with interruptions, right, with little kids. And it's okay, like I'm dealing and everything, but I was kind of like just itching to get uninterrupted time. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Rocio. So what I decided to do was book an Airbnb that is only 30 minutes away from my house, right? It was very easy to get here. I didn't have to see any humans to get in, there's a lockbox, I got the thing. I'm here by myself. The Wi-Fi is not great. But it's just me and my book. I checked in yesterday at 4 and I check out Friday at 11. So we take the whole week. And I am just going to be writing my book. Now, what does this do? The essence of the writing retreat is that you have one job and it is to write. So you can recreate this in so many different ways. When I do in-person writing retreats, here's the things that when I'm the hostess of a writing retreat, what I do is I give the day a loose structure so that we set goals and we check in, usually around the meal times. And I also then take every other worry off of my clients' plates that I can. So all the food is taken care of, all the, everything. They don't have to think about anything. They have no responsibilities besides them writing. So that is the essence of a writing retreat. And if you can do that, then you have done a retreat. Okay, so let me give you some examples of how that might happen even during COVID times, right? Or the other thing too is if you have no or low budget, what can you do? Because there are lots of people, and right now we're not selling retreats, but there are lots of people. Inkwell Retreats is one of them. The woman who wrote Air and Time and Light and Space, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She's doing a retreat now. I think they're all virtual, but But there's like companies that do academic writing retreats. Rowena Murray does them. She does like 2 or 3 day retreats in Scotland. And that's great. They cost money, right? Like it costs money because you're paying for a place to stay, you're paying for food, and you're paying for programming, right? So to me, that's like someday everybody should, save up or, see what you can do to do a retreat like that, because it's totally worth it and it's going to teach you so much about yourself and your own writing. But you don't have to do that to get this focus on your writing in what I call a retreat, right? So you could also do something like, I'm doing right now, like a level down, right? Would be like find an Airbnb or some place that you can escape to. Now, some people cannot escape, or they cannot escape for overnight, right? Like you have responsibilities that prevent that from happening, right? So there's other things that you can do, even having, even just going someplace else. Now, the problem is that right now the someplace else is really limited. So I would normally tell people, go to your public library and, kind of for 3 days or 2 days in a row for a significant chunk of time and dedicate it to your writing, right? Or I would tell people go to a hotel lobby, sit in a hotel lobby for, or go to a Starbucks or a coffee shop, but go to a coffee shop a couple towns over so that people don't recognize you, and you're just there, you can get food easily, All of those things are a little harder right now, but the idea is that you lift your writing to a super important spot for a period of days, right? 2, 3, 5 if you can, right? And that is kind of the essence of the writing retreat that you're trying to create. Some tips if you're doing this by yourself. I didn't want to have to leave to get food. So I did a grocery store. The problem is I'm just snacking the whole time, like 24/7. But I did a grocery store run. This place has a fridge and a little kitchenette. So I have, basically snacks. So I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to order takeout. I don't have to do anything. I have everything ready to go. I have, of course, arranged childcare. Like my husband is taking care of the children. Like they knew that I was leaving. The kids have a calendar so they can check off until mommy comes back. Like that part is taken care of. And so you have to do some pre-work in order to liberate, right, the time and make the experience of a writing retreat, even if you're going to retreat to your bedroom and lock the door for 3 days in a row, right? Like you're in your home, you're away from the children or whatever, however you want to do that, can you create that for yourself? So again, the important parts are that the retreat is top priority, right? Like that you're not doing anything else. So I'm doing this live, but besides this live, which I had planned because I was going to, talk to you about retreats from a retreat. So besides this live, there's nothing that is on my schedule for this week. I cleared everything. I scheduled this probably 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, maybe. I sat down with my husband. I'm like, this is the week that I want to do it. What's the best time for you? Hi, Dina. And so we got that. We figured this out. It took a lot of pre-planning to get it done. So again, what I'm suggesting to you is figure out a way to kind of disrupt your normal pattern, preferably by leaving your physical space and going to a different physical space, whether it's overnight or just for, some amount of time, right? And take care of yourself. Make sure that your food needs are met, any child care or other care needs that you have to arrange are arranged, and that this is blocked off time that is solely dedicated to writing. You're not going to sneak other meetings in. You're not going to, I'm just going to show up for this online faculty meeting even though I'm at the retreat. No, you are not available, okay? So again, why does this work and why is this a part of a writing system? The reason is because, yes, it gives you a boost in the actual kind of number of words on a page, or moving the needle, as like I like to say, on your writing, whether that's through reading and thinking and whatever. So yes, it does that 100%. Just the way that you would think a writing retreat would work, it works that way. But the lasting effects of writing retreats are that by planning it and then doing it, it makes you lift writing to kind of highest priority for a short period of time. And for all of us who are operating under competing priorities constantly, that move is really, really important. So if you can do a writing retreat for yourself or with somebody else, if you could do once a year, twice a year, that could really, really help lift your writing. You could ride the energy of those writing retreats and feel the importance of the writing retreat, of how your writing gets lifted up and how it feels to lift up your writing in importance. That will have lasting effects. And that is a research finding, not just me making it up. So I want to tell you some ways that if you're looking to go on a writing retreat, like what you might do. So yeah, I guess I'll start with that. So we run two high-level programs, one for people pre-tenure, one for people post-tenure. The pre-tenure is called Amplify, the post-tenure is called Elevate. Either one of those programs that you join, we do 2 writing retreats in a year. One in January and one in June, July, like summer, right? Right now, the writing retreats are virtual, which has been, it is disappointing because last January we had a really good time in San Juan. But this year, but in June, we also had a nice time. We did basically a 3-day virtual retreat. It was all delivered through Zoom. But because it was like, come here, meet on Zoom, we're going to have programming for you. It was the way that the participants explained it was that it had that same effect, right? It gave you permission. It was like, I pay for this program and this writing retreat is part of it, so I'm going to come. It gave you permission to say like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, for 3 days, I'm only thinking about my writing. So it was very inspiring for people in that way because it was like permission to focus on your writing. And just that permission and that like clearing of the decks for those 3 days had that same essence of the retreat that I'm talking about as being part of a writing system. So, of course, after that, people got super excited and they were like, more retreats. So we did a mini retreat in August and we'll do another a mini treat is a 1-day retreat. So we're going to do a mini retreat in March as well. So basically, if you join Amplify or Elevate, you get 4 retreats, 2 3-day retreats and 2 mini retreats over the course of a year. So if you're interested in either one of those programs, you can find out more information by applying. So we actually, like both of those programs are application only. I linked up the applications in the description. Amplify, we only have 4 spots left, so until we're at capacity. So if you want in, you should apply so that we can get you in. After the 4 spots get filled, we go to a wait list, and then somebody has to kind of leave the program for you to come in. Elevate, we are prepping we are pre-enrolling in our February cohort. We already have 3 people pre-enrolled. The cohorts are 10. So there are also limited spaces there. So if you want to get in on that, you should apply. And everybody who applies and starts the program, before December 31st, so you got some time to make it for the retreat, but before December 31st, you will be able to come to the virtual retreat in January. All right. The other thing I wanted to say was about momentum. So some people in this group, and we're really conscious of having we know we have a wide different range of people at different parts, moments in their career in this group. So we want to create things that are, within reach of everyone. So that's why we have this free group with this free information that I'm giving you. The podcast is free. The blog is free. But then we have one level up from that, which is Momentum. And Momentum is a very powerful program that is $27 a month, where you get to basically have access to 3 coach-led co-writing sessions a day and unlimited access to a Zoom link where you can jump on with the other 250 people who are in the program at any time. You can find a partner and jump on the Zoom link and write together. So it's a very community-focused program. It's co-writing and community. So the co-writing part is these, sessions that happen. There's a link, so you can go and read all about them and how they work. But also, we are adding things to this program and trying to build community more strongly inside of Momentum. One of the things we just did yesterday for the very first time was we added a half-an-hour Zoom call that's open to everyone in Momentum. That is called Momentum Mindset, where we do small group work around mindset, like a quick injection of community and commiseration and, just feeling like, oh, I'm not alone in this. We do that in half an hour. And it's like it worked out good. We did the first time. I feel like it worked out good. We're going to keep doing it. We're refining the method, but that's going to be a great kind of way to kind of build community more. And then the other thing is that if you join Momentum, you get access to our community-wide events that we do. So like right now, it's day 2 of a 14-day writing sprint. And people in Elevate are doing it, people in Amplify are doing it, people in Navigate are doing it, and people in Momentum are doing it as well. So we teach you how to do the sprint. We give you some resources around how to plan it. You can still come in, get started with us, get those resources. It's only day 2. There's still plenty of time. So if you want to join Momentum, go ahead and find the link that's in the notes or in the description of this video, and you can join and get started today. Sending you hugs. I'm going to go back and get more writing done after I eat more snacks. So snacking and writing and stacking and writing. Have a wonderful day. Bye.